Hello, I am David, the AI-powered tutor. Did you know that this video series was created using an artificial intelligence-powered video automation bot? If you would like to know more about its features, please visit ai.datascience.1. Hello world. Welcome to the Introduction to Python Programming video tutorial by Data Science Academy. In this video tutorial, we will learn about tuples. If you have missed watching our previous videos, the entire playlist is available in the description. Have fun programming in bits. As a general guideline, we ask you to pause the video while you are trying the commands in your idle. A screenshot with the output of the commands will usually follow. This will be the approach of asking you to try the commands yourself and comparing the results. If you are getting similar outputs, you can continue playing the video tutorial. If you are having trouble getting similar output, please contact us or leave a comment behind. Let us start by refreshing our memories of what we have learned so far about data types in Python. Data is stored and interpreted in Python as follows: numbers, strings, lists, tuples, dictionaries, and sets. We will be learning tuples in this video. A tuple consists of comma-separated values. A tuple can be created with or without parentheses. Here we have created a variable called myObject containing the elements 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and high. When we check the data type of myObject, Python returns a tuple. Note that we created the variable without any parentheses. We create another tuple called geranium by enclosing the elements within parentheses. Similar to lists, the elements of a tuple can be accessed by indexing and slicing. Let us create a tuple listing the basic ingredients to bake an apple pie. The first ingredient can be accessed by using the syntax apple pie of 0. The third ingredient can be accessed by the syntax apple pie of 2. Slicing tuples follows the same notation as that of lists and strings, that is, the start index includes the specified position, whereas the stop index does not. A tuple is an immutable list, that is, the elements of a tuple cannot be modified. This is in contrast to lists, where elements of a list can be modified. As an illustrative example, let us create a tuple called data science, containing the following elements: machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, Python, and R. We will make an attempt to replace R with Excel. As you can see, Python throws an error message, indicating that a tuple is immutable. The index method, when used along with a tuple, returns the position of the specified argument. To understand the method index, let us create a tuple called myDNA, and assign the following elements: G, A, T, T, A, C, and A. Following the same tradition as in strings and lists, indexing in tuples also starts with 0. First, we will try to locate the position of the letter T. Note that, even though the letter appears twice, the method index returns only the position of the first occurrence. The count method, when used along with a tuple, returns the number of occurrences of the specified argument. We will use the same tuple, myDNA, to illustrate the method count. In the first instance, we can see that the tuple has 2 occurrences of the letter T. In the second instance, the letter A occurs 3 times in the tuple. Since tuples are immutable, we have only a limited set of methods available, namely index and count. Tuples can also contain other array-like objects such as lists, strings, dictionaries, etc. It can even contain other tuples. The elements of this nested tuple can be accessed using indexing. Note that we have used a semicolon to separate 2 commands here. This syntax lets us run multiple commands one after the other. To understand nested tuples, we will create a tuple called myNest, with 3 elements. The first element is a list with integers 1, 2, and 3. The second element is another tuple with strings, namely, 4, 5, and 6. The third element is an integer, 1000. Elements of a nested tuple can be accessed by its index using the same syntax as accessing strings and lists, with an additional index notation within square brackets. Using the nested tuple, myNest, we will try accessing individual nested elements. In the first example, we are accessing the first element of the list containing 1, 2, and 3. In the latter example, we are accessing the second element of the tuple, 4, 5, and 6. Although tuples are immutable, elements of mutable objects like lists nested within tuples can be modified. To illustrate that mutable objects of a tuple can be modified, we will create a tuple with 3 objects, a list with integers, 1, 2, and 3, this is followed by a string, and finally an integer 0. Since lists are mutable, we will replace the second element of the list with a value of 1000. We can also modify the list using the method append. Here, we added a string, d, s, a, to the end of the list. Empty tuples are constructed using an empty pair of parentheses. A tuple with one element is constructed with a value followed by a comma. Here we have created an empty tuple, that is, a tuple with no elements. Using the len function, we can see that the tuple is an empty tuple. Creating a tuple with only one element is possible by using a comma following the element. When using the len function, on the tuple, singleton, we can see that it consists of only one element. We hope that you learned something new today. Practice what you learned. And see you soon in the next video of this Python programming series. In the next video, we will learn about dictionaries in Python. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.